So, we're falling. Okay, the fairy fountain's right there. We can see it, maybe, not really. Can we make it over there? I bet we can make it over there. More fire fruit, which is good. A golden apple. A rare, very sweet fruit that's extra sparkle, sometimes found near normal apples. Cool! That makes it rewarding to go searching for apples all the time if you can get like random rare ones. It's pretty cool. Or maybe they go only in particular places. Like this is like an island all by itself, so what makes it special is like the golden apples. It's pretty cool though. Still, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so I'm a bit of a distance. I can make it to this island here pretty easily. Are you higher? Yeah, but you don't have anything on it, do you? Do you? I don't think so. Am I missing something? I gotta be missing something. Okay. Those are rockets. Literal rockets. Oh, and those rockets can then push us to these next islands, I guess. That really far out there? In theory, that could get us to anywhere we wanted to go. Oh, and if we had a wing bird, we could go wing birding here. Which we do have a wing bird. We have a couple of those. But right now, we're not into that. We're into the Great Fairy Fountain. Oh, that's a stable. Okay. It's a shrine. Where are you? Fairy Fountain. Find out. Okay, we're gonna go as far as we can this way. Get some distance. We're running low on stamina, so we're gonna have to dive. Ooh, is that a three-headed dragon? It is a three-headed dragon, but it's a three-headed dragon we are staying away from. And we're staying away from those blue ones. But we can take a closer look. I think it's only fair. Ooh! A Gkeeok! That's a foe from very early Zelda days. Save and fight it. All my weapons are metal? During rainstorm, not a good time. At a spot where I'm getting one shot by bokoblins, not a good time. We'll come back, we'll fight him. Thunder Gkeeok sounds like a bunch of fun. But we're gonna hold off for now. Okay, sweet. There's a shrine. Let's grab a fruit. And let's give it a drop. Sweet. Well, it's Elden Ring. You are supposed to get hits. Definite reason I haven't played Elden Ring. Alright. Where's your pal? He's at the top. He's at the top. He's at the top. He's at the top? He's at the top? Yeah, unless these can somehow, like, attach to the wall. Yeah, okay, this one's not... This one's gonna be more difficult. Did it mark the Korok for me? Oh, and it marked the other Korok. So we can mark that right there. Here we can mark danger. Alright, and let's go to the shrine and the horse lot. And the place here. Outskirt Stable. Where should we go? Sucks as these Gerudo women. We finally managed to leave Gerudo town and set off on our search for Vo. I wanted to pull out our Vo and You lessons to attest, but none of the Vo we've met have measured up. Oh, that reminds me. Before we left, I heard someone talking about Vo in the outside world. They called him a hero. A hero, huh? I bet he's a strong Vo. He's even taller than us, even. Okay, I'm gonna take him out. You mean ask him out, right? Our class did cover how to be the one to make the first move. Anyway, I'm sure it's possible to pursue this hero, but how would we even recognize him? Oh, the legendary sword! I remember, the hero is carrying the legendary sword. Oh, okay, the legendary sword. Wait, what is a legendary sword anyway? If it's good enough to be called legendary, then it's probably clothes or something? Or maybe it's really tall, taller than us, even if we're standing on each other's shoulders. This sounds like a real pain. It would just be easier to launch a surprise attack. If we're really careful, we could sneak up on the target. You see, you have to stop referring to Vo as targets. We're finally getting to truly search for Vo. Where should we go first? I'd like to go after an intellectual, so I'll head to Necluda. I think what I'm looking for is in Karika village, where the Sheikah live. That reminds me. I heard there's a new town to the northeast in Akalaka. In Akala, called Terrytown. Apparently there's a Gerudo working for a construction company there. Maybe we could use that town as a home base? We could head to Faerun to the southeast. I hear there's a rare, newly discovered animal there. What does this have to do with finding Vo? 3 women looking for a husband. You startled me. This is Outskirt Stable, and, oh wait, I forgot to say welcome. Sorry, I have something on my mind. When you came up to me, I panicked. What's on your mind? You see, the stage is where the stable trotters perform, or used to. They've been on break for a while. Seems like there was some sort of trouble. The band leader said they were going to Woodland Stable in Elton to the northeast, but they haven't returned since. I keep wondering when they'll be back. It got me so worked up I can't focus on my work. But I have to keep sweeping so that when the day finally comes, the place looks nice and tidy. Oh, that's cool. So there's like a little traveling band, or circus, or playwright or something. That's kind of neat. Torch. Good old torch. And you're a pot lid? Yeah. Need something? Maybe you noticed the zone I serve our team uniform. We do know this area pretty well, since we've been assigned to investigate here. Since you asked where we're about to, I'll lead you in on some exciting news. Farther along, on the road to the southeast, is a place called the birthplace of Hyrule, but it's blocked by a high cliff. The Great Plateau. The portcullis that might have been the intended entrance has crumbled, so there's no getting in anymore. We think that if we could climb to the top of the castle wall, we'd find a chasm at the top, but there's no way to be sure. Okay. So this is the Great Plateau. That's what's throwing me off, is the shape of the districts, of the land areas, and like the areas is different. Because the Great Plateau used to be like its own thing, and like Lake Hylia and everything like that, Hylia and everything like that was like a different thing. So yeah, Hyrule. So it is the same map scale. It's just these regions just throwing me off. Ooh, there's probably a chasm at. Yeah, there's probably a chasm at the grave of the old king of Hyrule. The supposed. And here's where the actual Temple of Time is. The one from Ocarina, the one that we know. I wonder how it's changed up here. Forest of Time, Scouts. There are a lot of those places around here. Make yourself at home. Hello and welcome. Come into the stable and get out of the dark. That's just common sense. This is Outskirt Stable, home of the great fairy Kaysa. If you have questions about horses, you can ask at the counter out front, or you can use the counter inside if you want to stay at the end, of course. Great fairy grants travelers a blessing that gives them strong protection. Well, at least that's what folks say, at least. Did you come to see the great fairy Kaysa? I did. Fortunately, she seals herself away and up into the upheaval. She hasn't come out since. Before that, she used to make an appearance from time to time. She's a big fan of music, you know, especially flutes. Why, when the flutist Piper came by, she would poke her face out of the fountain. It's been a long time, though. She sure loved the music group that used to pass by. I wish they would come and play it for her again. My apologies. I was just thinking out loud. Please make yourselves comfortable. Oh, are you saying that I'm going to have to travel all the way to Eldon just to get the band back together? I'll do it. Okay, you had a quest, Mr. Sir. Yeah. I'm glad you made it out here to Outskirt Stable. I just guard the horses. If you want to use the stable, talk to the stable owner at the counter. Are you interested in the horses? These beauties used to be stabled southwest of here in the Gerudo Canyon. But when the weather changed after the upheaval, it took the stable by surprise. The horses couldn't handle the extreme temperatures, so I took them in. Say, have you heard the rumors about skeletal horses? If you take the road north, there's a place called the Sanadin Park Ruins. Folks say they appear there night after night. Are the spirit of dead horses that can't move on? Or cursed horses born in the upheaval? Or... I'm sorry, I lost my head as soon as the conversation turns to horses. I expect it's just a rumor. But if it were true, I'd sure like to meet one. I think there were skeletal horses in the last game, too. But I think all we had to do was take a picture.
Ah.
Whew, I'm worn out. And you must have been working hard too, mister. Yeah, I'm finally done for the day. My back is killing me after all that cleaning. But if you're looking for my guidance services, then I'm fresh as can be. Are you headed to Gerudo Town, or do you want information about my carefully curated regional recommendations? What's your recommendations? Well, have you heard of the Coliseum ruins? To get the ruins, first make directly away from the front of the stable. Then take a look at the mountain and somewhat off your right. You'll find the ruins by crossing it. When you stand right in the middle of the strange circular ruins and close your eyes, something happens. You hear the battle cry of those powerful soldiers testing their strength long, long ago. Hearing that, you can't help but feeling a rush of adventure. I highly recommend going to those ruins. Be warned, a truly vicious monster has settled there. You'll probably end up testing your strength against it. I'm finally back to doing work I enjoy. But don't worry, my humble guidance services are still available. Yeah, we're good. I know the stables need a storage space for building materials, but it's taken ages to get in order. I hope I can get back to looking after horses or taking care of customers soon. Alright, so your job's changed to have building materials. And here is a four-wheeled car. Let's take a look inside. It's been a while since I've been in here. Work in progress, do not touch the proprietor. Okay. Well, that's a map of cherry blossom trees. I made it by gathering information from customers at our stable. Cherry blossom trees are beautiful trees with pink flowers. The closest cherry blossom tree is northwest on Satori Mountain. When you make an offering to the tree, a mysterious creature will appear. Or at least that's the legend. Yeah, I would just love to see a cherry blossom tree with my own eyes. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Oh, recipe. Pie. Looks like a veggie pie. I love that's just on the wall, and like it's not like you can't like just read it and then get the recipe and put it in your book. You actually have to like look at it, remember it, and then once you cook it, it'll be in your book. What's the Lucky Clover Gazette in this edition? What's the news? Great fairy flees into flower bud. Eesh! This doesn't sound good at all. A great fairy known for her love of music has hidden herself away in the flower bud. Nearby woodland stable is in a panic. I heard a musical troupe is heading to Eldon in the northeast. I wonder if they're planning to visit the woodland stable. I bet there's a lot going on there too. Plus there's a rumor of a great fairy would sometimes offer a blessing to visiting travelers. Hopefully the great fairy here emerges someday. I read almost every word of this newspapers. Alright, what other stories do you have? Blood moon brings dangerous nights. Beware, ready readers. On nights when the blood moon rises, so too do monsters that have been defeated. That reminds me of that researcher who was studying the blood moon before. They were excited to visit a monster fort, see what they could learn about monsters in the blood moon, but it didn't seem all that physically strong. I hope they're doing okay. Yeah, they're doing fine now. Lucky Clover Gazette. What a wonder. If they understand, maybe I should consider joining being a journalist. Fair enough. Hey, it's Beedle!
Yeah!
Hey there, are you a fellow traveler on the journey of life? It's me, Beedle! If you forget, my Beedleship backpack is right here to remind you. In this topsy-turvy world, there's only one direction to go. Forward. So when I travel, it's forward all the way. I'll sell you bugs of the highest quality, and if you need anything else in your life journey, I sell you that too. Short on rupees, don't worry, I buy anything you don't want weighing you down. One better way to lighten up than sell your rocks. Gemstones in particular fetch a high price. So what'll it be? Alright, well, we're going to sell our diamond for 500 rupees. We're going to sell our sapphire for 150 rupees. And we're going to sell our ruby for 110 rupees.
Yay!
I think we'll keep the topaz. Yeah, we have 1,000 rupees. We're fine here. What else have you got? We're good on arrows. I don't think we need any like hardy or anything like that. I'll take a tomato. I'll take 2 tomatoes.
Wow!
Oh, some quality shopping. Thanks. All right.
Oh,
Still up and about after sundown, eh? Welcome to my stable. We also deal with all things horse-related. Doubles it in. You're not a member yet.
ah,
Alright, Mr. Link, there. You're all signed up? Tell me about the stable system. I already know.
ah.
You can register it. If you want to lodge with us, please visit the counter inside. Ah. Pony points? It's a reward system you can use at stables. In short, every time you use the service, you get points. No matter what stable you go to, you can get points for lodging there, registering horse, stuff like that. It's your first time with us at Outskirt Stable, you get a pony point. Oh, sweet.
Ah,
Save points to earn a wagon load of wonderful rewards for you and your horse companions.
ah.
You can trade your pony points for prizes at the ledger counter over there. Check out the ledger prize details, member rules, and other information.
Ah.
Alright. Welcome to our stable. Yeah, we know that.
Ah.
Oh.
Ah.
I need to take a nap if it's worth a pony point. Let's see. Let's read about points and rewards. I need 2 points for the towing harness. Okay, so that just tells us what we're getting next. Okay.
Aye.
I'll be right with you.
Ah. Ah.
Various item you can use to hook up your horse to various things. Okay. Do you want to lodge with us? A regular bed? What's a Melania bed?
Ah.
If you sleep on a Melania bed, not only will you wake more energized, Melania the horse god will also share a mystical message that makes it a very popular choice among our lodgers. We don't offer such luxury to anyone. Only customers who with at least 7 pony points can use Melania beds. Ah. Alright.
Ah.
Would you like to use a sleepover ticket? Please note you won't get any pony points. I'll pay.
Ah.
Would you like to be woken up? Morning. Sounds good to me. And they said if you have horses from Breath of the Wild on your Switch, then you the files should link together. So maybe I don't, or maybe I removed the data on the Switch or something like that. Because it sounds like I don't have my horses, and so I'm gonna have to get a horse. Isn't just going to be paying for rupees to open up these things anymore, is it? Oh, the nerve of you coming here! Please go away. There's just a monster who's after my blessing of clothing enhancement. The world outside my butt is filled with gloom and full of monsters. Don't try to deny it. I know it's true. My older sister Tara told me. Even the music I love is gone, and until I hear the sound of a flute out in the world, I'll never go outside again. I moved near the stable to grant my blessings to travelers. I heard the sound of a flute played by a musician in a troupe. I'd feel cheered up enough to come out and face the world. Alright. we're going to get us some bird meat. Ooh. There we go. Caught 3 or 4. Decent. Tsustu-um Shrine. Is awakening a great fairy worth the travel all the way to Eldin? They say that every cave is home to a bubble frog. Every cave will be bubble frogless when we're done. The stakes guide you. Tsustu-um. Okay. Okay. This looks like something that we're going to have to put over here. So let's just put it over here to start out with. Fear heights. Nervous. Could have jumped it. Didn't. Because it's a long fall. And that makes me nervous. There we go. Ah. I'm starting to get tired, so I'm putting my hand lower. Like where my switch is located and everything like that. And so it gets a little bit touchy where it's not as responsive if it doesn't have a direct line of sight to the switch. Okay. If we get higher, we can glide a little longer. Yay for arrows, I guess. Okay, we'll toss this over here. Alright, we'll toss this over here. This is really high. We could have just gone that high and gone back for the treasure chest, probably. We didn't have to use the extra platform. Oh well, though. Okay. So we can stop. I need to move a little more like this. reach it? Okay, so obviously the idea is to get this to be flat. It seems to be stuck, and I don't think I have a way to undo that. There's like a button I can push. I can probably come over here, I suppose. I feel like I'm cheating a bit. And also, I don't have a way back. Here I go. Okay, well, I literally have no way off the platform. I can't climb anything. If I fall, I'm just going to be going over here. This is unfortunate. Oh, I can load the autosave. Yeah. Welcome to the shrine. Yeah. Alright, we got the treasure chest for this one. I don't know what else I could have done about that. Like, how else could I have fixed that? There you go. Like, I could, like, the ball was stuck. And I know why they don't want you to just throw it in there, so they have to kind of make that, like, precarious. But that means if it gets stuck, there's kind of nothing you can do about it, which I'm not a huge fan of. Or there's not like an easy way to just like reset everything. Alright, let's actually go down here first. Okay, we need to stop it on this side first. Okay, but before we're ready, let's have you stop it. Actually, let's put you over here. Let's put you over here. Yeah, I like this idea, and then we'll just... Yep, okay, so... twist it like that, and then... Great. Now, no matter what we do, the ball shouldn't go in. Until we're ready. Well, some of the Breath of the Wild puzzles, you have to just flip a gamepad over to beat it. Yeah! Yes! That is true. I do like how these are harder. I just didn't wish any of them were, like, impossible. Oh, you're gonna roll over, aren't you? You're gonna do the same thing? So, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't go any lower than that, so I can't push you anymore. Oh, yes I can. Okay, I just need to be smarter. Okay. So I just need to go like this. And I need to connect it. Probably... like this and flat. Oh! Oh, it cut... Yeah, I was thinking it needed the speed, but I was thought, well, what if I could build a handle that could just push it all the way up? But I still could. Good job. I just wish that when you fell off, it like reset the ball progress. What am I doing? I don't need to go over here. I need to go right here. Because I think I can make this work. Yeah, above the bars and sideways. Okay, first things first. Unstick it. Get it right here. So like right... Yeah, like right here. I think. Maybe I can get it further? Okay, so it needs to go further like that. Okay. And then if it's like that, that should do it, I think. Hey, look at that! Hey, Key-senpai. I am still playing for the next few minutes. It is midnight. I've been streaming for 9.5 hours. I've reached a woodland stable. I've unlocked the second area on the map. I realized to progress any further, I'm gonna have to catch a horse. And a horse I do not have. Oh, I still am? Is this my fourth orb? It is! Alright, may the light of blessing grant you the strength you seek. Alright, 5? Do we go for 5 hearts or do we go for a stamina vessel? I imagine we can get stamina vessels. I haven't seen one, but I'm sure we can. Alright. And then there was however this was supposed to work. Can't even climb that right now with no stamina wheel. And I might not even go... I've got a lot of work to do. Because I've got to go all the way up here. I got a little sidetracked. Oh, and there's a cherry blossom tree that I probably should go to up here. No life, stay up till level. Sleep when you are dead. Okay. Well, my brain's slowing down. I'm trying to think about what I want to do. Supposedly, I want to go to Eldin. Up here somewhere, the mountain. Yeah, it looks so different without, like, all the terrain features. This is technically more than the unexplored map was before in Breath of the Wild, but, like, it's throwing me off my game, man. Okay.